All right, okay, welcome back to our week four, assignment two. Kind of a demonstration that based on digital caricatures directly. Earlier, basically, I did live sessions, live kind of demonstrations that based on uh, a sample from our your classmate directly that I actually have done those demonstrations. You guys can check basically my Google Classrooms, our Google Classroom, and also our YouTube channels that works on it. So this time, basically, I'm using some references also from your friends, okay, as a references for the face. But I'm going to combine also with a body of a person there, right? Okay, we're going to fit over to his characters at the same times. So what I did right now over here there, okay, I'm combining these two pictures there, and I have two different kind of references that can use to works on it. Okay, so in a way for me to blend up these characters and the proportion together, okay, we have must be able to indicate, okay, the size of it. Normally for this cartoon style, I'm going to scale and exaggerate a little bit on the structure itself. I won't be able to use the normal kind of, the standard kind of way to proportion these characters there. Even though basically the actual kind of what we call that models over here, okay, look a little bit more like lean and skinny there, okay, but I'm going to exaggerate a bit like this to make it more like a cartoon version styles of his bodies there, right? That's one thing that for sure that I'm going to use there. Okay, a bit like that. All right. So right here, right now, there, okay, the thing that I'm going to do so here, okay, let's just say that I'm going to use these first photos of him. So I'm going to try to erase a bit, okay, on the next areas first, like this. Okay, make sure you erase properly there, right? Okay. And next thing is I'm going to combine, okay, the head together with the body. Okay, that's the thing. Let me check, double check, okay, the recording sessions. So next thing is right now what I'm going to do, okay, basically, okay, don't make the bodies too small. But if you want to indicate a bit more further from here, okay, the best way for that, I'm going to save the files. Make sure when you indicate those kind of body there, okay, they're going to be around two head scales. Okay, two head scales there. For example, like this one, okay, two head scales there, one and two. All right, two head scales there. Okay, this is basically one of the standard way to work with the caricatures there. So you make it more smaller than that, sometimes okay, but you have to check look on the proportion at the same times. Okay, for example, this is the line of actions. You guys can see from here. Look at the line of action of the body structures. All right, okay, make sure the head scale is not too small, not too big there. Okay, so make sure you're going to be look balanced, like even though look more cartoon from here. Okay, that's the first thing. Scaling there, okay. So we're using two head scales there, right? That's indication of creating a characters, especially when it comes to chibi characters later on. If you like to draw chibi characters there, okay? Two head scales, one, two there, okay? When you break down, basically right here, this is going to be the body, they're going to be the legs there, right? There. Okay? This is basically the head scale there, okay, for the characters itself. All right. So begin with. Right now, what I'm going to do over here there, okay? Let's just say I'm going to duplicate first this one. I'm going to combine them first. Okay, merge link, merge layers there, right? And then I reduce the opacities. All right. Um, one of the things also I'm quite very interesting to work with, okay? This is basically a standard way to work with the caricatures there. So you can actually exaggerate if you want to. Okay, for example, before you're going to combine them together, let's just say you want to play with your liquefy, but don't overdo this kind of what we call that features there. For example, okay, you want to make the jawline a bit more longer, the chin, all right, like this. the ears a bit more open up like this one, okay? It's okay. As long when you actually stretch up or exaggerate basically your own faces, they won't be able to, you won't be able to still can be recognized, okay? The person or yourself, which is you try to exaggerate, still are going to be look like the person that you're supposed to draw, okay, or you're supposed to portray that, okay? Don't try to exaggerate too much until you cannot see the personalities and the features from the person that you want to draw there, right, okay? Or you're going to illustrate there. Okay, click OK. So I exaggerate a little bit only. See? There. All right. So that's basically the tips. So because I want to make it a little more cartooning kind of looks, but still when you present it, they're going to be look fine there. So I'm going to merge the layers there first, save the files, reduce opacities. Okay. Next thing is, okay, if I look back again, okay, the neck kind of proportionate, okay, it's not proportionate enough there. So what I can do next, okay, I will adjust a little bit here, something like this, there, right? Huh? Then I will draw the neck later on right here, okay, a bit more thick, okay, on the neck. So reduce back. Okay, make sure you readjust, okay, and improve, okay, to look into some of the areas that you will find a bit kind of off from those proportions. Check back again carefully. So now the thing is, okay, what we can do, either you actually can clean up the line directly from here, okay, or okay, you can straight away draw them, okay, ink the brushes direct, what we call that, use the ink brushes to draw them like this, all right, or you actually can redraw them back again first. For me, okay, I like both kind of way of working. For some reason, sometimes if I actually do a bit more on sketching, okay, sketching kind of methods, it will give me more kind of understanding how to develop back again my kind of way of working with my kind of drawings there. So for examples over here, for example, I want to draw this part, right? I'm using charcoal pencils. Okay, charcoal kind of dry medias. I want to draw a bit more like a sketchy kind of looks of my kind of models there. So the eyebrow itself, okay, a bit more thin kind of eyebrows over here. I can study a little bit more further, okay, on the eyes kind of structures. Okay, I can actually add a bit more detailing, okay, on the nose areas there, right there, the lip itself. Okay, draw the mouth first, and also later on I will draw those. Follow up with the lips. Then, so I exaggerate a little bit, okay, on those jawline, the cheek and the chin, like this. If you look some of the cut areas, that okay, don't follow the cut area there, guys. Okay, like this. You just have to refine the line and the jawline together, like this. Okay. So the ears areas that okay, when I draw them, I will try to simplify them like this. This is one of the way that I'm actually going through to work on it. Okay, there. So this is going to be the faces. Okay, the structures on the face, eyes between the glass there, right? And then the hair there, okay. Normally we can actually draw the hair, okay. Check look how I actually indicate the hairline. So hopefully everyone can apply the same methods right here, there, right? When I draw the hairlines over here, make sure the hairlines look like hair lah. This is basically how actually I study back again my kind of references, models. Okay, when I work on it. Okay, if you seems want to close, okay, the layers first. This is the face, okay, of your friend without any glasses there. Okay. So how to draw those glasses? Simple there, right? I will draw them like this. There. I will not draw the outline, but I draw the shapes out of it. There. Indication on the reflections like this. There. There. Okay. The next thing is, okay, the body itself. Okay, this is the areas of the next from the references. So I will increase a little bit on the size. Why? Because I want to make sure that, okay, the whole proportions are going to be balanced them up. So even though I want to make, okay, this guy look a bit more leaner, I will improvise a bit on the line works that based on the bodies over here like this, see? And improvise them to make it more natural. There. Right? Okay, this one I'm using sketches. Okay, and then I'm going to draw basically the thumb and the fingers itself. There. The same goes to this side over here. I will try to improvise a little bit to make it more simplified but still get the proportions right. So right now I draw basically his tie. He's wearing a tie there, right? What is this? Yeah. And I'm going to draw basically the legs, structures and the muscles there, but not too much. You're going to draw the muscle, don't just don't just exaggerate them. Try to learn the anatomies at the same times there. So we're not just simplified them, okay, without any references there, okay. Make sure you guys get those references there, right? What else there? Okay, the shoes itself. I tried to simplify the shoes over here because at this stage, the most important thing when you draw, okay, or you apply this kind of assignments, is all about how to make the proportions quite well there, right? Okay. At the same times, the whole lines indicate the whole kind of synchronizations there, right? Okay. And of course, this part I'm going to add a bit more thicker kind of line to show the indication of the front parts of those. The whole kind of presentations there. This is basically one of it, okay? One of the way you guys can start with, okay, to sketch out your ideas there. So from here, you actually can reuse them, add another layers, and now I'm going to use ink brushes there. There, these ink brushes there, I can normally to use for inking. So what I'm going to do right here, so I will learn how to simplify some of the areas there, especially on the hairline. You see? I'm reducing into 15% first. This is basically the hairline there, okay? Make sure that you actually, when you color them up or you clean up the line, make sure you guys can actually make it as natural as it can be. Okay, especially on the shapes of this hair. Don't make it too messy there, right? Okay, the eyes itself over here. Okay, check how actually I move my hands here. I'm not combining the line together there, right? And I add some etchings techniques over here. Okay, etching kind of method right here. The strokes over here. Now the nose. Some etching techniques over there. Okay. Now the lips itself. Okay. Okay, the chin, cheek. So the most important thing about these assignments or this kind of practice, you need to understand how to bring out those personalities of the person that you draw. Okay, if you draw yourself, okay, not only you actually can add more personalities of yourself using basically this caricature kind of techniques. In a way, if you close basically these references, you can still see the person that you want to draw. Okay, and then next thing is okay, the glasses there. Okay. Draw the line of those glasses. Maybe I can exaggerate a bit more on the glasses over here. Exaggerate a little bit because this is a cartoon version of it. So I can basically give it more simplification from here. Okay, some indication on the reflections bias of those glasses. Yeah. All right, next basically the body there, right? Okay. Same goes with it, okay? Make sure you have consistent on those line work and strokes. Yeah. Make it more as clean as you can, but improve more on your quality of line together. Okay. Try to simplify also the fingers itself at the same times. Same goes to this part over here. I try to simplify it a little bit. There. It doesn't have to be necessary. You trace the whole thing. You trace the whole thing all the times. Okay. You have basically that abilities to control. Okay, your kind of outcome based on your understanding that first and your knowledge here. I try to clean up the line a bit right here, and I exaggerate a little bit on those muscle structures at the same times. But you exaggerate or redesign the structures directly, you have to must be careful with it. Sometimes when you make a wrong kind of what we call that developments or drawings or proportions, they'll become weird a bit there, right? Okay, at this stage, the shoe is not that important there for me, but I'm still going to apply them according to those references, but I try to make it more simplified, okay? Again from there, okay, see what happens from here. Okay, I make mistakes. So what I can do, erase this first. I try to make it a bit more aligned, okay? All these kind of details, sometimes people don't actually realize that when they draw them. So So I try to add a bit kind of like etchings kind of techniques right here. Okay, one of the comic styles there to works. Okay, on the etching itself, on the shadings and etchings. Same goes to this part. Okay, same goes to this part of it. So generally, I have it complete. Next thing, okay. Don't forget to save your file first. If you look back again, okay, this is the quality of line works that you guys have to apply, okay, when it comes to develop your standard caricature kind of techniques. So I begin to use this lasso to a magic wand. Select first. Make sure everything was selected, okay, in the okay. Click shift. I think some of the areas right here were not close enough. So what I can do, I fill in first, right? Okay, got to fill in first some of the areas there. Then continue. Is there any other areas there, right? Check back again. Okay, please check back again some of the areas here. See this area there, right? See? Try to fill in those blank. Okay. Use magic wand. Oops. What happens here, right? Okay. Marshalling layers. Okay. Select back again. Make sure everything looks fine. Select this part. Okay, the negative space. Okay, once you get it right, you inverse the right. Okay, select and inverse. Control Shift I. Once you inverse, add another layers. Then add different colors there. What color that I shall use there, okay? If I want to use the skin tone colors, fill in the blank. Voila. Okay, I create the shapes there, okay, using magic wand. You guys can use also flipping math if you want to, but I'm using magic wand, okay, conventionally to works on it. So this way, easy for me to put some colors later on. If you look back again, everything look proportionate there. Okay. So what we can do from here is start to make selections areas there. For example, I want to color basically these faces first. Like this. Okay, I'm going to select also these areas. I'm going to select these areas and these areas there. Same goes to this part there, right? Small part of the skin there, right? So what I can do, copy and paste. Generally, I get all the areas that I want. If there's a few areas that we need to fill in, just paint them back. Okay, cover them back using paint style there, right? Okay, yeah. Okay, these areas that are supposed to be colors there. Okay, what you can do, just erase them. Okay, yeah. These areas that are supposed to be paint, fill in there. Okay, same goes to this part of it. Okay, I don't think basically I want to go into more details. Okay, but this is one of the way you guys can learn generally how to clean up the line at the same times and check basically some of the major areas there. Okay, to make sure everything are going to be looks fine there. Okay, once I get it right, I'm satisfied with it. Now it's time for me to start to do some shadings and coloring there. There's a lot of way to work on it. One of the fastest way to work is save the file first, and then add another layers. Let's just say I'm going to use the grayscale kind of tone. Okay. Not grayscale, a gradient scale. That way. Okay. What I can do from here, using this gradient tone, go to basics, folders. Okay. Let's just say that I'm going to use this tone like this, or tone like this there. You see, this tone, or tone like this one there, right? Check back again those, what we call that, the lightings there. Where the lighting is going to be fall off. Okay. For example, like this one there, right? Okay. The good thing about this particular methods is, okay, you can actually save a lot of times. For examples, there, right? This is another way to paint. Lah. Okay, I'm going to rasterize first these two layers. Okay, rasterize, or I'm going to merge layers there. So what I can do from here, I make the selections. I'm going to have a look, okay, the actual kind of references, photos there. This one I'm going to use as a guide. Close the original photos, okay, and scale it down as a references. So what I can do, you can paint as what you want there, okay, from the natural colors. But I'm going to basically use, all right, this lasso back again to define some of the shadows there, like this. Okay, am I getting right on the selection series? Hmm. Okay, let me check back again. What is this? Okay, I want to make it basically the areas of selection is going to be around this part as the shadows. Okay. Okay, the shadows area going to be these areas. Okay, are going to be covered with shadows. Okay, this area is a bit on the shadows. Okay, these areas are going to be covered with shadows. Same goes to these areas there, there, and some areas over here. Just like a vector based style there, guys. Okay. This is the areas of shadows there. Some areas like here and right here, there, right. Here we try to simplify them first. So what I'm going to do next, okay, delete this area. Oops. Delete this part there first. So what I'm going to do, I will make some selection areas there for the shadows there, right. All right, I'll make some selection areas like these, as natural as I can be. like this, like a patterns, right? Next thing is this part, right? I will make some shadows areas. This one are going to be some shadows that cover these areas. Some shadows will be right here. Using shift, click shift to cover the shadow series. Yeah. The same goes to this part a bit. And right here. Okay, this one, right here, and right here, there, right? Okay. If you look closely later on, I have covered some of the areas with shadows. Sorry, right? Okay, what's next, right? Okay, maybe these areas I'm going to leave with some of the space there. So the thing is, we can do from here, I will copy and paste. These are the shadows area that you can find from these photos there, right? These images there. So what you can do next from here, I will basically multiply them. See? Multiply them. From these multiplications there, okay, I can actually erase some of the things that I won't find not quite very suitable for this particular kind of shades there. That's basically one of the way they work. Okay, uh, what happens here? Right? There. Hmm. Sure, they're right. Okay, check back again. Move to the left side a bit. Okay, this is one of the way you get some shadings. Okay, a bit more fast that it works. Okay, add another layers, add colors, and then you can paint the eyes there. Okay, a little bit more hard shadows kind of techniques, and then the colors of those eyes. Okay, if you look closely, okay, it's not that pure black. I can use also different colors over here to give more vibrant of the looks and feel from the actual kind of references there, right? Then I will add some highlights a bit right here. It's there. Okay. The leaves itself, I can use different colors that to work first. Okay, before that, I will try to experiment here. If I want to blend it up, I can use filters, blur, Gaussian blur effects to blend it up like this. Okay, and this is one of the way. Okay, to blend it up there, right? At the same times, if from here, I can even basically right use those opacities that you choose to reduce a bit on the shadings there. It can be another way around. Basically, either you can blending the right. And then the next thing is what I can do. I will start to add some highlight that first. So the highlight using these soft brushes, adjust a little bit on the highlight. Okay, brush. Okay, check back again the size. This one. Oops. Check the layers. Okay, too hard. Adjust a little bit on the flows, and you can start to paint the highlight. All right. So the best way to paint, make some selection first, and then add some highlights over here. Okay, there. Other than working with highlights, You also can start to paint basically the lips line there, right? Huh? If you look closely, okay, the lips does have to be too much into those pinkish kind of colors there, a bit more purplish, a bit, and then you can blend over the lips and the skin tone at the same time. See, this is how you actually blend it up, right? Okay, blend it up, right? Okay? If you just color the lips there, okay, they become like a lipsticks there, especially for men. So we don't want to have that kind of what we call that kind of wrong way to work on those kind of shadings there. So right here, slowly, here you actually can paint and blend the shadows and the lips line at the same time. See, to blend it up back again there. The colors basically from the projectors is not as the same as the screen, so you'll find a bit more difference at the colors there. All right, just to blend it up there. Okay, what else there? I'm not actually using the natural kind of skin tone, but you actually can apply and adjust a little bit later on. Okay. Now, basically, I will try to play with uh, strong kind of highlights. Okay, make sure I adjust a little bit. Strong some highlights over here. You guys can see from here, okay, there's a very strong kind of highlights that indicate from the whole kind of references there. Same goes to this part over here a bit there, right? Adjust a bit the size and pin it up there. Yeah. A bit more glowing on the lips. A bit right here, okay? On the nose side. And then the next thing is, okay, a bit more reflections light. Yeah. If some of the areas over here, okay, there's a light there, okay? They can cover it there. The next thing for sure that I can do, I can also some reflection light using these blue colors there. Here's some reflections light. Yeah. Right here a little bit there, right? Huh? Some reflections light, okay, for the glasses. Yeah. Okay. And those reflection light I can use also to paint, okay, my kind of skin tone a bit. There. Now we have basically those skin tone there, okay, to work on it. Okay, next thing is right now basically the hairline. So to cover the hairline there, okay, what I can do right here, right now there, right, I'm going to select this part, and this one I can delete at first. Oh, can we erase them? There. And then I'm going to make some selection areas over here there first. If I want to paint them up, mm, copy and paste. This is basically some areas that I can cover basically the hair. So in a way to work on it, I actually can choose different colors there. Okay, let's just say I'm going to use a bit more purple mixed up with lightest purples there, right? Gradient. Okay, change the colors of the gradients there. Okay, yeah, can play with it. Other than I'm using the natural kind of tone. Done. So the next thing that I can do from here, try to rasterize that first. Make some selections back again. Now the thing that I can do, I will add some shadows areas here. See, make some selections of the shadows areas there. Just start to draw those manga kind of character styles there. Okay, some of these areas. I can a little bit more on those sections of those shadows. Then I copy and paste. Once I get it right, I will multiply them, see? So you get the shadows there of the hairline. And what if I want to draw some highlights over here? So what I can do, make some selections areas like this. Okay, some selection areas like this one. I can actually paint, okay, in different layers there using brushes, soft brushes there, right? And paint. See? Then I can paint a bit more there. Some highlight a bit from there, but it's not that quite fine there, okay? But it's good enough for our presentations for here. And lastly, the body itself. So what I can do next from the body itself, there, okay? Because they use the same, almost same kind of tone. But what I can do, I want to adjust a little bit on the colors itself to make it more vibrant there, and then start to paint. And paint like this if I want to, I see. Okay, this area is a little bit more darker there. And I will paint according to the shadows and shades there, right? So the light came from this side. Basically, what I can do, I will paint a bit more darker right here. Yeah. Colors of the shoes, a bit more darker there, right? Okay, next thing is I can do some highlight a bit. Okay, a bit kind of highlight there. And next thing is what I can do, I will try to add some shadows there, right? Yeah, right here. So copy and paste. I got the shadows there. Multiply, I can get more better kind of shadows there, right? So what I can do right here, move a little bit to the areas that we're supposed to use to work. All right. There are the shadows there. Okay. So basically, we have already complete those tasks on working with these caricatures there. So I'm using different kind of way of shadings and shades at the same time that to works on that. And of course, okay, you actually can improvise, okay, some of the things that you want, okay, when it comes to paint. And one more thing for sure, that okay, that you can actually can improvise, get the lightings effect from here. So what you can do, you can add another layers. Make sure you use the proper layers that you works. You can add a bit kind of some sort of highlight on those glasses there. Okay. You also can indicate some sort of light, reflections light over here, reflections kind of line there from here. The hairline, okay, you actually can draw some highlight over here like this. Okay. So mix them around there. Even though this spot, right, okay, you actually can add some a bit kind of like highlight over here. Yeah. Yeah. To give more different kind of look and feel for the whole presentations. Okay. A bit more, okay, add a bit more highlight for the eyes. Make sure that can give more lively kind of looks also from there. Okay. So generally, I already complete basically my task over here to demonstrate how to illustrate or a caricatures that based on your assignments too. Okay, the next thing is that we can do from here. I want to add some background, okay, just to complete basically this task. So what we can do from here, I would try to look into, okay, wait up. Okay, gym background, there, right? Images. Is there any gym background that we can use from here? And I'll try to indicate the colors combination from there at the same times, okay? Try to find a very simple kind of what we call that compositions from here. Maybe this composition is quite okay there, right? Okay. Oh, it's not going to be, cannot be used there, right? Okay. This one, is it okay? We try first, copy these images, and I'm going to paste right here and scale them first there, right? It's okay the okay, it doesn't fit basically the whole photos there, right? So what we want basically, the positions are going to be quite proportionate there, right? Yeah. Is it okay? Right here. Okay, check back again, proportionate, right? Is it proportionate enough there? Maybe going to be look like this a bit because the lighting came from the left side. So make sure you guys have also the same kind of indication of those lighting effects there, right? The next thing is that we can do from here, I actually can add some blurry effects there, right? Maybe I will duplicate first. If I want to add some shadings or the shadows, what we can do right here, I can duplicate this one. A lot of duplication that I made. Make some selections. The shadows should be in a little bit more darker kind of tones. Then I can actually write adjust a little bit on the shadows right here. Can I actually make some transformations? Maybe this dot. Okay, like this. The next things that I can do, reduce the opacity there first. Filters, Gaussian blur. I think this one is good enough. Multiply there. Next thing is maybe these photos, okay, even though they have been blurred because it's got the quality of these photos there, right? I can actually using it just is it posterize? Hmm, not good enough there, right? But posterize there. Maybe I'm going to use threshold posterize, or maybe I can basically use this gradient tone like this first. Okay. Then the next thing is try to play with some colors over here. See? To blend it up. Just to blend it up. Okay. There. Voila. All right, guys. Okay. The thing that I've been working on right now, I try to blend the background and also the characters together. If you basically really have time, you can draw them the background. But I do not actually encourage you guys to work on that. Okay. So best way, you focus more on the character there first. Okay, first on the character there first, and then try to blend the character and the background together. Okay, that's the first thing. No need basically to paint the background, but if you have time, you can go for it. Okay, but for me, one of the best suggestions that I can make, I try to simplify the subject matter they're going to draw first. Okay, before I'm going to do a lot of complex what we call that those references that I want to find. I try to study a bit more better, okay, on my presentations and play around with your color techniques. I'm using different kind of two different kind of methods here right now. I'm using the hard shadows, create a shapes of shadows using basically the selection areas, and I'm using also some blending kind of modes, effect kind of modes using the blur effect for the shadows and shades. At the same times, I combine these hard shadows kind of methods with basically gradient kind of coloring methods from there. There's a lot of things you guys can experiment there, guys. Okay, so please make sure you try to improve, do a bit more kind of experimental, kind of experiment on your kind of techniques with your character there first. The background can be the additionals there later on. Okay, to combine with your whole presentations. And of course, okay, the most important thing is the line works that you produce. Okay, that you produce over here. Try do a few number kind of way of working with this kind of shadings and shades and the line strokes. Okay, for your characters there. And the most important thing when you draw your own features, you have to know how to figure it out, right? Okay, because if you draw your features of your faces in the wrong way, they will turn out into someone else. Make sure you still can indicate the features of you when you want to exaggerate them. For me, the best way to portray ourselves is try to use not only a front view of your face. But you can use this like a three-quarter view like this one, okay? Three-quarter profile there, okay, to show more personalities of your features there, right? Okay. All right. So good luck with this kind of exercise and also assignments. I have drawn two. Maybe I will draw another one or two there, okay? Uh, in order for me to execute basically my kind of demonstrations there. Because for me there, okay, in this particular kind of process, we need to try different kind of way of styles of working, okay, in order for us to grab our way of working with our illustration later on, okay? So we need basically to experiment a lot of way of working from here. At the same times, okay, if I want to playing around with lightings of highlight there, okay, I can basically use another way of working with this one selections. I select this part, but I add to another layers over here. This one is a normal layers. If I want to use some purple kind of lightings like this, using the soft brushes over here, adjust a little bit on the flows first and paint. Sorry, direct. I'm going to paint a bit more. Okay, like this. I can. Okay, just to give some indication of those areas that I want to paint that have the reflections of the light that came from these areas there. You see, I can create also some lighting from here. At the same time, I can use also those same thing, okay, the hard round pressure brushes to give it more like glowing effect back in. This is very good kind of effects, right, that we can create just to give some sort of like a moment of those light. They can present it basically those visuals there, okay, like this. There. Very nice kind of effects there. Save, and then we have complete there, right? So all the best and good lucks, okay, on your exercise, okay, and your assignments there. Have fun, work on it, playing around with your strokes and line and shadings at the same times, okay? All right. So thank you very much. Have a good day there, guys, and all the best. Hey, close already. Stay in call. All right. I'll see you guys around there, right? Okay, for our next sessions. Have a good day.